RUS has been played exactly the same way for who knows how long now. Everyone knows the script. Open professional scouts, drag every deer on the map under your town center, and only start fighting once you're already ahead in Castle Age. The problem with that is everyone already knows how to counter you. Actually, RUS has a terrible win rate right now in Ranked, even at Conqueror level. Well, this build catches people completely off guard, because instead of sitting back, we're going to stay in Feudal and fight. We will open with an extremely fast knight that absolutely nobody expects, because everyone thinks you will go straight into Pro Scouts. Well, actually we are skipping Pro Scouts entirely, because we will secure the boar right away for a massive food boost. This is fast, aggressive, and nothing like what people expect from RUS. Let's get into it. Start the game by sending all your villagers to sheep and your scout toward your enemy's base. Grab one villager to construct a hunting cabin and a house near the woodline. Keep the TC rally point on sheep until you have 12 foot villagers. Once the cabin is done, queue 2 more scouts. For the scouting pattern, I like to loop my primary scout around my opponent's base, while the 2 other scouts cover the rest of the map. This almost always guarantees you will have more sheep than your opponent. Once you reach 12 on food, rally villagers to the straggler trees. At around 220 you will have enough resources to age up. Do so with 4 villagers. While the landmark is going up, transfer 2 more villagers from food to wood, leaving 6 on sheep, and the rest on the straggler trees. While aging up, use your scouts to harass any exposed buildings, usually gold or stone. Place your scout right in the middle between the vein and the mining camp. With 3 scouts doing this, there won't be enough space for villagers to drop off resources efficiently, causing them to take long, awkward paths. As soon as you age up, construct a stable with all 4 landmark villagers, then send them back to food. You should also have 100 wood by now. Sell it so you can queue a knight immediately, and also start wheelbarrow. When your first knight is about to pop out, sell another 100 wood to queue a second one, and keep repeating this until you have enough to deal damage. This number depends on the map, spawn and matchup, but as a general rule I go for 4 to 6 knights. Enough to make the opponent overcommit to feudal defense, or to comfortably deny a pro scout Civ from taking deer for a while. After your villagers finish all 3 straggler trees, you should have exactly 50 wood left for a lumber camp. Soon after you will have enough wood for a wooden fortress, which gives villagers plus 20% wood gathering rate. Exactly when wheelbarrow finishes, take 8 villagers from your woodline to the boar. Make sure you already have a scout there to pull the boar toward a nearby woodline and tank a few hits. Once it's dead, build a hunting cabin next to the woodline for a bit of passive gold. Use the scout to patrol the area. This is crucial, as it warns you if an enemy units are heading towards your boar villagers. If they are, immediately build a wooden fortress at the boar. Garrisoning all 8 villagers will repel most raids and giving your knights time to defend. Also, research survival techniques right before gathering from the boar. Back at the base, after taking the boar, you have 2 main options depending on the game. The option 1 is a heavy feudal aggression. Keep 10 to 12 villagers on food, and use excess wood to add more military buildings, and a blacksmith, pumping out units non-stop. This is great against civs like Abbasid going 2TC, Lancaster spamming manors, or Delhi when you need to fight in feudal. If your opponent has a few units, or you dealt significant damage with your opening knights, move almost every wood villager, except 4, to food. Move them to berries, to sheep, or to a safe deer pack, whatever you feel comfortable with. Sell wood with the golden gate to get the gold you need for castle. Age up with the high trade house, using 10 to 12 villagers. Make sure your boar villagers rotate to other food sources when it runs out, deer or berries. While doing this, start building 2 to 3 archery ranges with your food villagers, but save enough wood to also build a monastery when you hit castle. Once in Castle Age, build a monastery, upgrade your knights, get your first wood upgrade, and start producing horse archers non-stop. Avoid making more knights for now. You will need the gold for a warrior monk and blacksmith upgrades. From here, aim to grab all the relics, and if possible, secure sacred sites with a second monk. Since you built knights early, your opponent likely made spearmen to defend himself. That is perfect for us, as this makes horse archers even stronger, without much threat from archers or horsemen. Never do this build against French or JD. Both of them can get a lot of units early, and their knights are better than yours, so trying to win a knight fight against either of these civilizations is just dumb. Instead, just go for the standard professional scouts build. I already have a video about this on my channel, so check that out if you're interested. Also, try to be conscious of your enemy's spawn. If you think your starting knights will do absolutely nothing because all of your opponent's resources are well protected, then you can skip the units entirely and go straight into castle. Only make units if your opponent is also making units, so you can defend yourself in case they attack your boar villagers. Finally, there will be times when your boar spawns in a really shitty position. If this is the case, you might want to go for a safer deer instead. Now let's talk about which maps are best for this build. Water maps and Enlightened Horizon should be banned for this build. Enlightened Horizon is actually a playable map for RUS, but definitely not with this build. So if you want to only do this build, I will definitely ban these maps just to be safe. Altai is a playable map for RUS, but definitely not for this build. This is because the map spawns in an extremely closed-off manner, which makes it really difficult for your knights to do any damage in the early game. Almost every other map is good. Open maps are excellent for cavalry civs in general, and maps that feature small golds like Sunken Lands are amazing for RUS, because your opponent will run out of gold really fast, while you won't have to mine anything. Finally, the best maps for this are probably Dry Arabia and Hill and Dale. Dry Arabia is open, and boars are not that far away. Hill and Dale is also a common map for boomy civs, so you will face more Abbasids and Lancaster players here, which is great for this feudal aggro build. You will also have a guaranteed deer pack behind your base, so once your boar runs out, you can just go back to this safe deer pack to keep gathering food. The first thing you need to know in order to counter this is to see it coming. The first indication would be that your opponent does not have a second hunting cabin. This most likely means they are not opting for a professional scout's build. Second, be extremely active with your scout. These days I feel people do not scout RUS enough because they always assume they are going for a professional scout's build. Keep your scout at their base and see if they are building a stable, so you can prepare yourself for an incoming knight. You can also keep scouting their deer packs and their boar. Once you know your opponent is going for this, immediately start producing spearmen plus horsemen. This will allow you to do two things. First, defend yourself against the first few knights, and second, go for your opponent's boar. If you are able to make their villagers retreat from the boar, you will cut off a big chunk of their food income, since they will not have professional scouts to get the deer and will eventually run out of food. If you play French or JD, just spam knights. Royal knights are better than RUS knights, so you will always win every engagement. Ayyubids are also great against RUS because of Desert Raiders and Camel Lancers. These units counter both knights and horse archers, so you will be safe in both Feudal Age and Castle Age. Abbasid is also a great matchup against RUS, but only if you survive the Feudal Age. If you manage to get to Castle Age, you will have a great advantage, since, again, you can produce camels and better units in general to counter RUS's best units. Byzantines, China, and Sushi are also amazing against RUS, because even if they go for boar, they can still outproduce you in Feudal, and eventually win with a greater mass of units. In these cases, I would suggest you go for only a few knights at the beginning to harass berries from Byzantines or professional scouts from China or Sushi, and then go straight to castle if you're the RUS player. Now let's take a look at two games featuring first the aggressive variation against a Lancaster player and then a fast castle variation against an Abbasid player. If you would like to see the full games, you can find those on my YouTube channel, and if you want to see me test these strategies out, consider subscribing to see when I'm live, or follow me on Twitch to catch me there also. House of Lancaster. This is going to be pretty interesting because I think he's probably going to go pretty greedy. So if he goes really greedy, I might catch him off guard with the knight. Okay, he's going that way. I will go around his base and my second scout will go that way. I just hope my scout gets out in time. I'll make my scout go that way so he thinks that's where I'm headed, and then I'll go back. I don't think he's able to see me here. I'm getting a bunch of sheep, which is very nice against Lancaster. Okay, he went that way. So my third scout is probably not going to get anything, but that's alright. I'll get almost everything on that side. Okay, let's start harassing this. Oh, I didn't see the scout there. If I had, that would probably be a dead scout. Okay, Start hitting that again. I guess he's doing his Lancaster castle on the other side. Okay, this is a perfect boar because I will have boar and deer. So that is just amazing for me. When you put your scouts like this, their villagers will have to go around. He's having trouble dealing with this. And now my knight is coming. I will leave this scout here, just to know whenever he's okay. I'll lead his scout away, so when my knights come, then he's going to be fucked. He's probably going to lose a villager here. Let's see. One down. That's amazing. Oh my god. Oh, I hate when that happens. So I had my villagers on one control group, and that's why they went that way. Let's keep producing knights. I will go boar. I actually needed to wait for wheelbarrow, so my villagers didn't take that long. It's only one manor. Let's do that. It's pretty cooked already. We go back. Now we start producing archers. Yeah, I'm not sure why he went. I'm not sure why he went. Lancaster keep back there if he had a forward stone. Now he's going to be in trouble because I will have archers as well. So we just start attacking that. Now we have an amazing economy. We can even go. We could even go professional scouts from here. I think I'm gonna do that actually. Now he's going stables. That's fine. So he's building. He's building hovelers, but that's really shit. My knights will eat him alive. Nice. Now let's do this. I'll start switching into okay. He's trying to do something fancy with the hovelers. But that's not gonna work. I'll build a second wooden tower here, just so if he raids me, I'll be able to garrison everything. I just need to keep tabs on his hovelers. I should be able to win here, but I don't want to lose that many knights. Okay. Can age up. Create 2 more military production buildings, and we keep going. I don't think he's anywhere near aging up to castle. Oh, that's pretty good for me. And yes, I did go Abbey. That was my plan. Let's start walling myself up. I'm very far ahead. I'm just going to wait for my upgrades, and then I'll go attack him. Okay, let's go. Okay, we just need to attack before he gets his upgrades. It's not there. Okay. He most probably doesn't have any food. Yeah, he doesn't have any food. That's why he's here. I think this might be GG. Now we start getting his production buildings. And he also went very greedy, which is bad. Okay, that's GG. Let's see where he is. There we go. GG. I think the greatest thing about this build is that people are always expecting RUS to go into professional scouts, and that is amazing because, for example, this guy, he went the Lancaster castle here because he was probably not expecting any harassment from a RUS player. RUS, they always go professional scouts at first and never go any units in Feudal. So he probably was not expecting me to send a knight very early into his stone. So now he doesn't have Lancaster castle protecting his stone, and that's pretty much, I think, GG, because he doesn't have enough stone to mine for manors, and then he has to go into spearmen, but I am already building archers, so this was just a disaster for him. I mean, if I went professional scouts into fast castles, for example, he would have mined already enough stone to get 9 manors, get his King's College, and if he went hovelers, then my horse archers, hovelers with the upgrade, then my horse archers would be pretty cooked because I would have to macro way more than him. I think that was his idea, but he was definitely not expecting a knight at 5 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty amazing to see how people react to this. And I still went prof scouts, by the way. I was taking all of his deer. I took one of mine here, and this deer was being taken by my boar villagers. So I still had a pretty amazing economy. No more Abbasid, please. Abbasid is a terrible matchup for RUS. Some people don't think so because of professional scouts, but like, okay, if you go professional scouts, then what do you make? All of Abbasid units are just counters to RUS's units, so that's a really bad problem. I want to see the layout. Okay. Side gold. Okay, my boar is here, which is fine. It's next to a woodline. I am getting a very good amount of sheep though. Now let's go harass. We also need to see what his A-shop is. It's down yet. Interesting. Might be going military wing. I've seen that sometimes. Let's see what he goes for. Start killing him here. I think he might be going trade. Yeah, he's going trade. Let's do this just so he cannot place the thing. Okay, let's get this. Those guys are very, very fast. Holy fucks. And where is he trading to? Okay. Let's go for the boar. Okay. Need to pay attention here for a bit because I don't want to lose any villagers. Okay. Now let's go here because I want to age up. Oh my god, this fucking... That is nice. Let's get this one. He's probably there. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. He's having a lot of difficulties with dealing with my knights. That's pretty good for me. Let's see if he's going to DC. He's not. So he's just relying on the trade. Ooh, I don't want to lose knights. Would be pretty bad. Let's see if he's on gold. Got one. Okay, now he's building camel archers. That is good. He's getting distracted there, which is fine for me. Well, let's see what we have here. Okay, a bunch of markets. Okay, let's start going. Okay, I don't want him to wall that, so Let's get there as fast as possible. Let's get that. We do this, just in case. We do that, just in case. Ooh, got distracted way too much time. Okay, I wanna get this scout. And we are going to start making spearmen. Okay, I need to macro for just a bit. Okay, let's go. He's still in Feudal. Okay, we need to go now. He went melee wing. Come on. Okay, GG. That was pretty good. So he tried trade, which is good in this map, but he probably didn't expect me to go for a fast night, which was extremely annoying for him. I think he lost the first villager he used to construct this. My 3 scouts also burned his first trade. I also managed to dealt a lot of idle time damage with my knights, so I think I also got a few other villagers on the gold. I got some villagers constructing this wall. some constructing this wall here. So my knights did a lot of damage. And then I don't really have to stay in Feudal. I can just, the wolves actually killed my villager there. And another wolf killed another villager here, so I lost 2 villagers there, but that's alright. So yeah, I don't actually have to stay in Feudal. I can just do a few knights to force him to make units. So he made a lot of spearmen. And then he was going into camel archers because that's what what counters knights and horse archers, and that's available from Feudal. So it was a good plan from him, but he already received way too much damage, and I had so much space to do everything. So I got every relic on the map. I had 4, and I was about to get this one as well. I had the 3 sacred sites. I think my guy was there preparing to get the last one, and yeah, from there it's just a destruction. Like, he counters every unit I have, so knights and horse archers with the camels, but he was way too far behind. Imagine if I found this. So the problem with trade is that it's way too harassable, and then you don't have any food. So you can buy food, sure, but that's not really that optimal. But yeah, that was a good game. I was having trouble with the macro because I was way too focused on microing my units. That's a good thing. Like, people expect RUS to go professional scouts now, so they think they will have a lot of time to set up their stuff, but they never expect that extremely fast knight. And when they see that I keep getting knights, so for example I went there for I think 5 or 6, they start producing units in Feudal, so they delay themselves, and I can just go castle on the back of the knight pressure. And I think I got a pretty good timing actually. 10 minutes? I mean, 10 minutes for a build that goes for a lot of knights in Feudal, it's really not that bad. I think this map is probably the best for this build because you already have a deer pack in your base. So if you get the boar and it runs out, you don't you can actually just go for deer on your base. So that's pretty good. And I think there are times, yeah, I was gonna say, there are times where the boar spawns really close to your second deer pack. So let's say this was my base. If I went for this boar and it runs out, then I can just walk right back to my base, probably wall this. It would be all of that without professional scouts and with knights on the field. So yeah, pretty good. And that's it. If you reached this far, consider leaving a like and a subscribe. That definitely means a lot. Thank you, and I hope you're having a great day. See you in the next one.